Welcome to the Global Love and Gratitude Water Meditation and Consciousness Experiment series with the Water Peace Project. Together, we are connecting through water for peace. A journey through water and your heart. Water holds all the answers to all our questions. Who are we? Where did we come from? And why are we here? For today's session, we will be reflecting on the words from Dr. Emoto from his book, The True Power of Water, Healing and Discovering Ourselves, HADO. Let's begin with a powerful clearing with the Ho'oponopono prayer. Please connect with your sincere heart and join in resonance by repeating 3 times. Water, I am sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. Water, I love you. Water, I am sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. Water, I love you. Water, I am sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. Water, I love you. We only have one Mother Water. Please connect with your sincere heart and direct your sincere love and gratitude to all water. Chapter 1. The Process of Discovery. How the research began. As I mentioned in the introduction, I came up with the idea of photographing water crystals when I casually opened a book and saw the heading, "Are there any identical snow crystals?" Fortunately, my trading company employed Mr. Kazuo Ishibashi, a researcher who had studied applied sciences as his doctorate program at the Kumamoto University. Naturally, he was skilled in observing things through microscopes. I leased a high-precision microscope and instructed him to take a picture of ice crystals. Mr. Ishibashi looked at me questioningly, and I told him empathetically, "I am sure of it. We should be able to take water crystal pictures, absolutely." This young man was not so sure. With a serious look, he said, "Mr. Emoto, my knowledge and experience tells me that we will not succeed in taking pictures of water crystals. I said, "It can be done. You seem doubtful, but I am confident of this. Trust me and please try hard, and you will be able to take photos of water crystals." For 2 months after I gave him the order, he repeated the work of freezing water and looking at it through the microscope. Day in and day out, he would examine ice through the microscope, only to be disappointed. Meanwhile, I would wait for him to finish his work late at night and take him out for a drink. Fortunately, he was fond of drinking sake then. Drinking his favorite sake would cheer him up, even when he came up short in achieving the results in the laboratory. The only thing that I, who didn't have the skills for doing the experiment, could do was make an appeal and comfort him. I tried to motivate Mr. Ishibashi so that he would continue to try hard in the laboratory. My wife often says that it is fortunate that Mr. Ishibashi did the work and not me, considering his efforts. I agree that the reason we could succeed in taking a crystal picture for the first time in the world was because I left the work with Mr. Ishibashi, who had perseverance. After 2 months of hard work, we managed to take one water crystal picture at last. I will never forget Mr. Ishibashi's face when he dashed out of the laboratory holding the picture to show me. Thinking about our attitude at that time, I realized that both his and my intention was pure for the challenging task of taking water crystal pictures. Mr. Ishibashi, who was initially doubtful, must have been eventually influenced by my passion, because he became confident about the work we were doing. That is why water must have shown its beautiful shape to us. If our intention had been to make money, I don't think water would have responded to our grasping spirit and formed crystals. As we continue to conduct our experiments and take pictures, we gathered a better understanding of how best to conduct the experiments. Later, we installed 3 large freezers that could maintain the temperature at a constant -5 Celsius, 23 Fahrenheit. How do we take our pictures? Let me introduce you to our current methods. First, we put a water sample in a glass bottle and expose it to information, such as a word, picture, or music for some time. Then, this water is dropped on 50 petri dishes. These dishes are then frozen in a freezer at -25 Celsius or -13 Fahrenheit or lower. When they are taken out 3 hours later, ice grains have been formed with their center rolled up due to surface tension. These grains are very small, less than 1/2 inch. We then direct light on each grain of ice and look at it through the microscope. If things go well, a crystal starts to form as the temperature rises and the ice starts to melt. Taking 1 to 2 minutes, it opens up like a blooming flower. The 50 petri dishes contain the same water, frozen at the same condition. However, not all ice grains form crystals. While the ice in some dishes forms beautiful crystals, ice in other dishes doesn't show any crystals at all. When we take statistics, we can categorize the results in groups, such as those that have many obviously similar beautiful crystals, those that tend to have many collapsed crystals, and those that have no crystals. Therefore, water crystals are certainly indicative of the quality of water we studied. The state of our water, natural, tap, and mineral. As we continued photographing water, I noticed something. Tap water didn't form crystals at all, while natural, untreated water, not exactly recognized for its quality, did. The beauty of these water crystals was intriguing. The tentacles were stretching outward freely and easily from the hexagonal base. On the other hand, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw pictures of frozen tap water. Quite honestly, I viewed their grotesque forms with loathing. Far from crystal formation, the ice often showed horrible shapes. This got me thinking about how more and more people are dissatisfied with tap water, especially in developed countries where chlorine is added to disinfect it. Such treated water is neither tasty nor good for health, so people seek safe water in the form of mineral water, even if they have to pay a higher price for it. I decided to research the crystal formation of natural water, tap water, and mineral water to compare the quality. Often, people say that I need to define what I mean by natural water. If we were to define it as the water that is yet to have a human influence, there would be no natural water on Earth. We humans have definitely contaminated the air. In our atmosphere, water forms clouds and falls back onto the earth as rain. After the rain hits the surface of the ground, it seeps into the earth, which we have also contaminated. So, water cannot be said to have no human influence. I do not intend to demand such a strict attitude to define natural water. As I see it, natural water is the water sprung from the earth after the rainfall has been filtered through Mother Earth. Our testing of natural and tap water revealed interesting findings. The tap water at my office in Tokyo didn't form crystals. On the other hand, natural water showed crystals. Overall, the tap water in Tokyo was no good. We took pictures of the tap water sampled at various spots in Tokyo, but none yielded a crystal. We then sampled and photographed tap water from other cities. To the north, Hokkaido, and to the south, Kyushu and Okinawa. Cities such as Sapporo, Sendai, Nagoya, Kanazawa, Osaka, Hiroshima, Fukuoka, and Naha didn't have the tap water that could form a shape worthy to be called a crystal. Interestingly, the tap water in Kitano City in northern Osaka, near the borders of the prefectures of Kyoto and Nara, produced beautiful crystals, as it included 60% groundwater. I expected good water in Asia, but I found that the water was no good in Hong Kong, Macau, and Bangkok. How about the water in Europe? Every time I visited big cities in Europe, such as London, Paris, and Rome, I sampled and took pictures of the tap water, but the frozen water formed shapes far from crystals. The tap water in Venice, which has been regarded as the capital of water, was a little better than the other cities, but it also formed shapes far from crystals. The cities that didn't disappoint us for their tap water were Vancouver, Canada, Buenos Aires, Argentina, and Manaus, Brazil. I was impressed by their water, which formed beautiful crystals, unlike the tap water in other places. All of these cities are located near a natural water source. It has been years since we did the work, so I don't know if these cities' tap water is still capable of forming crystals, but I am hopeful that it is. Collecting samples of spring water all over Japan was indeed exciting. 80% of Japan is mountainous. As Japan is situated in the wet temperate zone of Asia, we have lots of rain, which is absorbed by mountains and forests. After it is filtered through the ground, the water springs in many locations in Japan. No other developed nations are as rich as Japan in terms of natural water. Water that goes through this natural filtration system is tasty and good for our health. So, Japan is in the midst of an unprecedented natural water boom. Someone did an interesting comparison. The price of water is about the same as that of oil, although the price of oil includes a huge amount for the contract, shipping, and refining. Depending on the type, water can be more expensive than oil. One thing is for certain. Many people who want to drink good natural water are willing to pay a high price. However, even expensive natural water is beginning to be polluted. According to a test conducted by the Hygiene Institute of Yokohama City, chemical substances are detected in some mineral waters. Their findings were reported on the first page of the newspaper Mainichi on April 20th, 2003. The article states as follows. It was revealed that the Hygiene Institute of Yokohama City detected the chemical substances formaldehyde and acetaldehyde in some mineral water sold in Japan. Compared to the measures of the city's tap water, some products contained more than 80 times as much. However, the amount is not considered harmful to human health. The quality of mineral water is regulated according to the standard under the Food Hygiene Act. The number of criteria is fewer than those for tap water. Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare launched the task to establish new water standards for mineral water in the fall of last year. However, they are undecided as to how to handle the aldehydes. This is where we will end the reading for today. The True Power of Water. Healing and Discovering Yourself. HADO. Written by Dr. Emoto. Thank you for taking this journey with us. To learn more about the Water Peace Project's live consciousness experiments and other events, please visit waterpeaceproject.org. Love and gratitude for your participation. Let us end today's session with the Grand Invocation in Japanese from Dr. Emoto, recorded in July of 2011. The Grand Invocation, meaning in English: the eternal power of the universe has gathered itself to create a world of true and grand harmony.
宇宙の無限の力が凝り凝って誠の大和の御代 宇宙の無限の力